Anyone want to share? So let's start. Let's start talk about how we are going to provide project management, and the main things what we have there, it is like roles. We are going to talk about responsibilities and about project life cycle. So let's start. 1 second. I hope you are able to see my screen here. Okay, about me. As I said, I had a lot of roles in IT sphere. So my experience is like 15 years at IT. And the first, my position was like a data analyst or statistician. So at that time, I worked with a lot of data, analyze them, build some models, mathematical, and so on. Then I worked as process analyst. So I tried to optimize processes in IT sphere. So after that, the same, work with a lot of data, metrics, and so on as metrics analyst. Then I more focused in the security. So it was like information security analyst. After that, it was like more like management role. It was like project and product manager. And now my position name like delivery director. So what it means that I work with clients, I work with project managers, and really I care for delivery for all our projects. Yeah, what we have. So let's go. So our agenda. The first of all, we are going to talk about typical project roles. Yes, as in ballot. We are going to talk about project roles, like how it depends of company size and project size. How and what project roles needed in during all project life cycle. And you will have a possibility to ask me questions. Yes, we will have QA question, but anyway, if you will have any question, please, we can use chat. I will see all your questions, and after that, I hope I find time and answer on all of them. So let's go. So typical project roles. What roles we are having? So first of all, we are having project sponsor. Yeah. This is the guy who paid for our project. Yeah. We have product owner. This guy, it's like some kind of proxy between project sponsor and development team. Then we have project manager, who is responsible for management of a project and for delivery. We have development team. Later I'll tell you from what roles it consists. And we have end users. End users, this is guys, let's say, yeah, that use our products and what we are developing and creating. Yeah, so let's talk from the scratch. So first of all, just before creating any projects or product, we have a guy who have money and want to invest in. This is project sponsor. Yes, this guy have ideas what he want to do. Yes, or what product or project he want to create. And then he looking for a team who will help him to implement that. Yeah, this project owner, it's the individual who work closely with project sponsor, who really care about these ideas of project sponsor, but he some kind of organizer that help project sponsor manage this and move all project from business idea to real product or project. Yeah. So then after like sometimes like in many projects we have when a project owner needs some like more like technical help. Yeah, so he really good understand the business idea that project sponsor provided, but he need like some like help in researching like competitors on the market, or like some guys that will investigate some technical like mainstreams or something like that. So this guy we always name like business analyst. So this guy work closely with project owner or product owner, yes, with client also, and like transfer business idea into technical like specifications. Yeah, he do really deep investigations of competitors, of market, of technologies, and so on, and then create this like main like technical requirements to the product or project. After that, when we well know what should be done, yes, and how should be done, can be involved project manager. So project manager is responsible for developing a project plan, for staffing resources, I mean like developers, like engineers, yeah, for leading them, for determining the project methodology, yes, how we should manage a project, and generally like for metrics, for measuring, for controlling, and so on. So this is all like require responsibilities of project manager. And he track all like tasks, like creates them. It's like together more with the business analyst and project owner, but he is responsible for delivery, for on-time delivery. So this is his main responsibilities. Then, like, when we have like project manager, we have development team. This is like team who really create the project or product. Development team may consist from different roles, yes, but the main who is like in IT sphere, we have like developers, engineers, and we have QA, quality assurance guys. So development team really like closely work with project manager, closely work with business analyst. Yeah, and the main what they should do, yes, this is like deliver project, yeah, and or product finally. Okay, what is like the guys who really care about quality of our project and product? This is like quality assurance, quality control, or testing. So this is 3 roles. All of them care for quality, but on different levels. Let's start from the last one, from testing. So these guys that have like let's say like the list of like features that should be tested, and they go through this list and check for usability, for performance, security, and so on. When we are going, when we are talking about quality control, so this is like, let's say like higher level of knowledge here required, and these guys like verify the project or product for like for on functional requirements. Yes, so if this product works as expected here. If we are talking about quality assurance, so this is like the highest level of testing, because these guys care for like general like processes and flows that allow to do really good and provide like really good quality control services generally on a project. So they need to like organize good process of testing and so on. So we have this like 3 roles that's needed for quality control. These roles depends also on the size of company. Lately, I'll tell you how to define the size of company or project. But in general, if we have like small project, let's say, so it's there enough like tester or quality control. If we are going, if we are talking about like general, like big projects, yes, or in general, like quality in a company. So here we couldn't like work without quality assurance specialist, because this guy is responsible for processes, like quality processes in a company, within company. So it's very important role. And developers. Yeah, this is like the best, and I think this is the main, guys. So without developers, wouldn't be done any project or product at all. Yeah, sometimes like clients, when they came to us and tell, okay, we need to do this or that, we tell, okay, so the first guys who you need to choose, and specifically for your project, this is like engineers, this is developers. Yeah, then we recommend for sure QAs, because like we will do something, develop, and after that it should be tested. So developers, it's not only about code creation. Yeah, so they really do deep planning, they do deep design. Here they need to understand requirements, yes, and create product according to the requirements. Also developers should do like testing. They have so before like push code on a site, yeah, so they need to test their code. So it's not like create and okay, I have done everything, please use it. No, so everything should be tested before that. And they are really responsible for deployment and for final support. Yeah, so this is like, as I mentioned, it's not only about coding. It's all like planning, design, development, testing, deployment, and support. This all the things in responsibilities that should be done by developer. Yeah. But yes, we have like different developers, and it's depend on the levels of engineer. When we are having like a trainee on a project, so we should understand that this guy will be more like study than work. Yeah, so he may do some like small tasks like bug fixing or something like that, but not really very complex things. When we are going to talk about junior level engineers, this guy should be supervised by like middle or senior guy. So he can do the same, some minimal complexity tasks, but it's like more senior and trainee, let's say. Okay, then middle. Oh yeah, this is the best guys. I love them. They can do a lot of work. They really know how it should work. Yeah, they may lead technical stuff too. Yeah, like especially junior engineers. They enough experience, so that's good. Yeah, and really, it's very easy to work with middle engineers. If we are talking about senior engineers, yeah, they want to, like, they have some authority. They want to like have some like decisions on the project. But for sure, these guys really can do very complex tasks. So when we are going, when we need something, resolve some really complex, so the senior will help you in that things. They can really very easy work with like several projects at the same time. So it's very flexible. Yeah, because they have enough experience and they can make some advices on one project and work closely like on another project. So it's also like very good for seniors. It's especially for their expertise and for their experience. So they really like good leaders here. And the last, not last one, but it's very like also authority guys, this is tech lead. Tech lead, like it's not like he's in most cases he may work on like on several projects. So the main things what he needs, so he creates like architecture or something like that. He can like make some like really very complex like solutions, but he may be involved not on like on full time on project. Yeah, so he mostly like create rules how development should be done on that project. Let's say if we are going about solution architect, so the same as tech lead. So this guy more care about architecture of solution. Yeah, if that like fit for a business idea, for business requirements, and so on. So this guy like provide more like technical expertise here. So we have such like levels of engineers, and all of them like is able to work on your projects. And in most cases, you need to mix them. In this case, like project will be like more successful here. Okay, let's talk about project roles and dependency on a company or project size. How we can like define the size of project and needed team according to the size. So we have this like magic triangle. So the dependencies of project size is for budget, yes, on time, and for scope. So if we have like a lot, if the customer has a lot of money, in this case, you can involve a lot of engineers. Then it means that your team will be like big. Yeah. If we have a lot of like time, the same. If we have time, so then we have like budget on that project. So the same. It's bigger. Like we have more time, like it will be bigger project and bigger team. If we are talking about like scope, so you have like bigger scope. So we need like a bigger, a lot of features delivered and so on, and complex things. Then bigger will be project and team. There may be like different combinations of team according to requirements and according to different like phases of project. But generally, all these three things like budget, time, and scope directly influence on project and team size. Like for example, you have like you have client and project owner. In many cases, this role can be combined. Yeah, when we have like small project, in most cases there are no need in independent like project manager and, for example, business analyst. Yes, sometimes we have like combined role for project manager and business analyst. So in this case, project manager will manage the team. At the same time, he will work closely with requirements, and like with the like project owner will work closely like what should be done, how should be done, and so on. And we have like a team that consists from developer and QA here. So this is like an example of like small project where I needed like such kind of roles. If we are talking about medium project size, there we will have like more roles. For example, we will have like client will have like project owner who will care for business requirements. He will have separately project manager role. Yeah, so this manager will care for a project and for management, all needed things. We will have separately business analyst. We will have developer, QA/QC, and might have designer. If we are talking about business analyst and designer roles, in this case, these two roles might be involved into project not on full time. So we may involve them on the first stages of project, and then only on demand base. So it might be like different management ways here. Okay. That's me. Oh, sorry. Okay, I missed large project size. So if you are talking about large project size, here, as you see, so as I mentioned, this is just like examples. There might be different combinations of roles and structures, what should be involved into a project. But as example, we may have like a client, we might have one project owner. But if we are talking about really like large, let's say, there might be like several project owners and so on. So it depends on structure and needs of project. And there we have like an example. You see like 3 project managers that will care and work closely with 3 project teams. Each of them consists of like 4 roles. Here also I mentioned, like, as you see, like developers, so there will be like several developers, several QA/QC, might be several designers. It depends of how big the application should be built and so on, or product. So might be different combinations here, but like main roles and responsibilities can be like structured like in such way or in another way. As I mentioned, depends on project needs and requirements. Okay. Also, roles might be changed according to the life cycle, project life cycle stages, because not from the start we will need like all roles as we had. For example, when we have like definition stage, so we have like classical SDLC. Yes, that consists of 5 stages. This is definition stage, planning, execution, control, and closure. So definition stage, that's when like the client and project owner define what should be done. Yeah, define how it should be done. Provide some expertise, yes, and so on. Create some like initial documents, like requirements for project or product. So on this stage, as you see, I put it that there should be client and first of all, project owner. The 3 other roles might be involved, but not must be involved, like as project manager, business analyst, and tech lead. But for example, if you have like a client that work with you for years, yes, and he really like knows that you're like good partner and so on, and you have good expertise and you really know his business, he might like from the start involve your team. Let's say, okay, I want to take your expertise, like I want that you business analyst investigate something like that. Tech lead will help with solution like on what architecture and or what technologies should be used here. And project manager on this stage just can start, plan, and investigate what project team can be created. Yes. So, but for sure, on the definition stage should be 2 roles, and might be 3 of them. If we are talking about planning stage, on the planning stage here, like I think must be involved with client, project owner, because all like here we have like really close work with project requirements, and project manager, business analyst, tech lead will like gather all requirements and interpret them into technical like tasks more, yeah. Here we will provide all planning things. We will define the team. We will define the time. We will do estimation and so on. And on this stage might be involved client, project owner, project manager, business analyst, tech lead, and QA lead. Why these guys? Because if you involve them, I think in this case, the project will be well estimated, well analyzed, and it will like simplify other stages. And the next one is execution stage. During this phase, we need to implement everything what we planned, everything what client defined. So if two first like stages done well, the execution and control stages, this is like will be really very easy to work. And on execution stage, we have like all needed roles, who would be involved in this project. So here we will add tech lead, we will add QA lead, we will add QAs and designer and developers for sure. So during this phase, we like implement our project or product. If we are talking about control phase, so would be the same team here. But also here we just need like some kind of check if everything done according to requirements. Yeah. And the next, like the last phase, this is closure phase. So here would be involved in the same roles as on planning stage, where we need like the same. We need to check if everything done as planned. Yes, ensure that documentation provided to the client, and maybe like on these stages we might be decided to like some kind of like training tasks or some kind of maintenance plan and so on. But generally, like on this all like 5 stages, as you see, like such roles would be involved. This also what I want to add that it might be like different roles, like it's might be mixed, yeah, but all these like roles might be depend on like requirements, project requirements, and like planning what should be done. Yeah. And I tried like to map our like classic, let's say SDLC, yes, on popular now like agile methodology. The most of like favorite is Scrum methodology. Like so, we have the same things here. So definition phase, this is when clients provide the requirements, and you create like product backlog. So this is the same. You have client. During planning phase, you build like Scrum team and plan sprint planning provide. During execution and control phases, you have like all your like sprints and develop everything. And during closure phase, yeah, so you provide the product or a project to your customer. Yeah, and he checked like if everything fit requirements as he requested. So this is like mapping on Scrum methodology. And when we are talking about Scrum, we have one more role. Let's say it's some kind of combination of like project manager, yes, and product owner, yeah, because in Scrum we don't have project manager role at all, yeah, but somebody should do responsibilities of project manager, yeah, and that's why here we have like Scrum Master. This guy might do the same responsibilities as project manager, but it depends, because like management roles, management responsibilities divided between product owner or project owner and Scrum Master. into like agile. But at the same time, like Scrum Master can be role like this guy may be responsible for generally about Scrum, Scrum, all main like ideas. Yes, it will tell team how should be all ceremonies provided, and so on. So it depends on how this role, if that will be like a separate guy, or this role will be done by some of somebody from the team. For example, it might be like tech lead, maybe use this role, or somebody else, or QA lead. So it's someone can play this role, someone from the team. Okay. Yeah, and what I want to say is that like project management, it's like theater. Yeah, so there you may play a different role, and there are no like useless roles at all. So each role in project management makes an impact. Yeah, so if you like feel that you are like do something and this is useless, or so it means that you don't understand your responsibilities and what you should do there. So, but I think there are no useless roles, because in any case, when we need to create any project or product, yeah, so always we have situations that we have like team, and in this team, like someone should like combine two roles, for example, like PM or BA. Yes, sometimes we have combinations of QA and PM, but responsibilities should be done. Yes, anyway, it should be done. Anyway, like for example, project should be managed. Anyway, requirements should be analyzed. Anyway, the project or like application should be tested. So it depends what role you will play on this project, but all these things should be done. So project wouldn't be released without these things. So this is like general things what I want to share with you here. Please, if you have like any questions, yeah, you can use chat. I will try to answer on all of them. That's why I asked you to share what roles you are having or you are playing on your projects. Maybe we can talk more about this. We have Carrie, we have Bill, Alex. Please, guys, you can share your roles. We can talk about that. Maybe you also have some kind of combination like of responsibilities on your projects. Come on, please, don't be shy. I will not see your faces. You can just type here in chat and I'll answer on your questions. Okay, maybe you want that I answer on some questions that you have about roles, about responsibilities, about maybe any other questions regarding project management. As I said, I have a really big experience and I have my thoughts how project management should be done at all. Yeah, and so I would be happy to share it with you. Maybe I'm not covering this presentation because the theme, what I wanted to present is really very wide, and I tried to fit into time frame here. So maybe you would like, yes, what project did you manage? What industries? Different. So as I mentioned, I work in IT sphere. And we have like, I worked with like clients who work with in healthcare domain, who work in e-commerce domain. Also, I worked a lot with different NGO organizations where I created, like managed the creation of CRM solutions. Also, I managed like product. So I worked as like has role like product owner and product manager. So if to be honest, in different spheres. And when I work with NGO organizations, so there was really very wide, very wide things what they did. What be your advice? Where to start the journey to PM? Very interesting question. I think like the best cases when you might be ready to be a PM. So first of all, you need to understand like the main like roles into like IT sphere, yeah, and responsibilities. After that, it will be much easier for you to manage this project because you would know this guy, like his responsibility is this one. For example, developer responsible for this. QA should do this. Yes, my responsibility as project manager, that. So if you just want to start your career in IT sphere, I would recommend to start from QA QC. Yeah, because here in this role, you will closely work with everybody on a project, with developers, with project manager, with client. Yeah, and you really good know the project at all. So that's why, like after like QC role, it will be much easier for you to work as a project manager. And you will like, especially when you like worked like on one project, for example, yes, you work there for a long time as like QC or as developer. Yes, you know this project well, you know the client well. And after there be a project manager on this project, it will be also like easy for you. So it depends on situation, but generally you need like have like deep understanding of project, of team, roles, requirements, and so on. After that, project manager will be easy for you. But also one, like the main thing, I'm not sure that project manager is so easy role, because the main, like I think, the most complex task for project manager is to make a decision. Yes, you need to make a decision what should be done. Or what to recommend for a client. Yes, you will have like advisors, you will have technical lead, you will have QA lead, and so on. But decision would be made by you. Also, you need to choose like the team. Yes, you need to propose. Yes, sometimes we have situations when client like have like small talks or interviews with the team. But you, like before propose these guys to your client, you need to talk with them. You need to decide if they fit or not your project, and so on. So as project manager, you will make a lot of decisions. So, and you should be ready for these decisions. So if you don't like to make a decision, I think it's not a good role for you. Okay, who else, please? Would be happy to share. Sorry, I see here because I have one more monitor and here presentation and here question. So sorry for that. Okay. As automation and AI technology advance, how do roles and responsibility change? Nice question. Really very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie, for that question. Might be changed, but I'm not sure if that like, so we, for now, as I see for now, a lot of like our QAs or developers and so on use AI like for like advice source. Yeah, so they may ask some question how like better would be write this code, or how when they create some kind of documentation, they may use AI just to like AI like propose like some ideas how this documentation should be written and so on. But as I said, the people like brains, you will make this decision if you would like how AI propose you this or that like or not. So it might, AI will help you anyway, it will help you, but I think it would never substitute like needed like roles in IT sphere. So what do you think? To be honest, what are your thoughts, Carrie, about that? I really believe in people and into their brains. And I think that nothing could be so creative as people. And I never like substituted. But it like for sure it will be helpful. Anyway, it will be helpful. Now we have like a lot of features where we have AI, when it simplifies a lot of processes, it simplifies some decision making. Yes, because it's gather a lot like all like information, yeah, that you can like find into browser and so on. But you need to make a decision, as I mentioned. Okay, maybe any other questions? Thank you, Carrie. Very interesting question. And it's like AI now on the top, so everybody want to use it, want to like implement somewhere and optimize some responsibilities and so on. Yeah. But you need to think. Anyway, you need to think, you need to analyze if that's good. So on. Okay, maybe any other questions. I would be really happy to share with you and to talk with you. It's really very hard because we have just chat, yeah, without voices and your thoughts. But please ask. Yeah, maybe you want to share, maybe you have some roles and you are like disagree that these roles like should be in IT in general or in project management and so on. Maybe you found it because it's also possible, you know, that during like I know that in 2008 wasn't such role as business analyst at all in IT sphere. So it's like depending on the company size and project size, might be added some roles. Yeah, and we have this like if like bigger project might have bigger different a lot of like different roles. Yes, we will have the like deviation here. So might be some roles that I never met in IT sphere because I used to work in a big company before at Gilliway. So here at Gilliway I worked like for 7 years, but before that I worked in a really big company. I think now they have more than 7,000, but during that time it was like I'm not sure, 3,000 or something like that employees. So that's why we have, there was really a lot of different roles on the project. But now I think there is more. Like if smaller company will have like smaller kind of roles, but each roles might use bigger, like the more wide kind of responsibilities. Yeah, let's say, for example, in big company, manager just can care for, like in project manager will care like for like some measurements, for track the time, track the team and so on. In small company, you will have like when project manager involved from the project start, from the like first talk with client, analyzing requirements, choosing technologies, planning. So he will do all this like life cycle here. So it's depends. Okay. I see there are no questions. Okay, so I will give chance 1 minute to ask questions, and then we will end. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. If you will have any other questions or ideas that you would like to share with me, I would be happy to talk with you. You can write on my email. So please welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.